Alright, we are back. We are doing a tutorial on Parcl. And Parcl is a cryptocurrency play that's on the Solana blockchain. It is a relatively new company. The founders did create the company in 2020. Obviously, these things take time, and so they've really gone to market within this last year. They have a live product now. And what it really does is speculate, you can see right here, speculate on rising, falling real estate markets. They have total liquidity over 70 million, 50 million open interest, which is really good for something pretty new. They're funded. They've done a couple seed rounds of funding I'll go over, but you probably recognize Coinbase and a couple other big names within crypto that they've led the seed round, and so they're backed by some big pockets. A little over $11 million is what they've raised so far. So you can see right here, you're trading real estate perpetual futures. It's really the first of its kind on the blockchain, and you are doing this information on a day-to-day basis. This information is updated, and the pricing, as you can see right here, like for example New York, this is outdated, but this is the median square foot of that given market. So if New York, for example, is at 545, and that's the median square foot of the whole market. And so like Miami Beach and different cities that they have data for, where they push their data that is updated every 24 hours based upon the average sale price within that market. That gets updated every morning, sent into the Oracle on the blockchain, completely decentralized, and that provides a market where you can long a market or you can short a market, and it's really beneficial for people who are active within the markets, even if you're somebody like a real estate agent where there's a surplus of homes on the market, which the median price of square footage would obviously go down if there's too much supply, and then vice versa. So this is beneficial for not just people that are day traders, but even people that know the markets, and also a way to even hedge a market. So if you own a home in Miami, you could short a percentage of it, or even the full amount of the value of your home, where if there's a downside or a market crash, you could still outweigh the loss of value in your home. So that's another way to kind of make money with this, and it just goes over kind of the different, what is Parcl, how do these work. I encourage you to check this out. I won't go too long in this video, but that's the gist of it. So a big part, like I said, is the data. So all this data, real estate data, a lot of it is outdated, where you might not see the really information that's given out to the public for 2 to 3 months. And so Parcl Labs is a separate entity from Parcl, where they're providing this data to other companies as well, but they provide the data for each market every day based upon those home sales, and that gets updated. It gets sent over to what's called an Oracle on the Solana blockchain. That Oracle updates the price feed for that given day, and then based upon that data, you could long or short, or if you were in the trade the previous day, and Miami was at 500. And the average median price square footage went up to 520. Well, that's your $20 difference, depending if you're on your position size. So that's kind of how that works. And they use this data, and it gets sent over on the blockchain. So here's some of their docs. This is important always to, like, when you look through blockchain stuff, look through white paper, look through docs, smart contracts, everything that goes along with it. A couple ways you can do this. This right here is Parcl. offers real estate index markets for speculator hedging. We already went over that. But a couple ways you can make money with this is what's called LP, or liquidity provider. Essentially, you're like the bank where, because you're having a market of buyers and sellers, if you're providing that liquidity and basically making a market for them, then you get those fees, percentage of those fees, and it's all done on the blockchain, and you're basically staying delta neutral and just providing the market. So that's one way to make money with this. And another way is obviously going long or short on the given market. So here's some of the contracts information. So the Oracle's PIF, and the markets currently, they're going to be continually to add on markets, but you can see here you got New York, Miami Beach, San Francisco, Austin, Texas, Las Vegas, Brooklyn, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, Denver, and these are the price feeds for the smart contracts. And yeah, that's liquidation info. And here's just some from the team. You can see portfolio manager at several hedge funds is one of the co-founders, investment analyst. So background from building and growing successful, so basically in tech and Web 2 and Web 3. So Web 3 is crypto projects, and senior data scientists. So well-backed team. They've been through different funding, hedge funds, and raising capital, so that's always good. And here is what they have raised so far. So you can see here, Parcl raised 7.5 in the last round, and a total of 11.6 million from 20 investors. One of them was Coinbase, and here's a couple of the other ones. And so 11.6 million in funding is really good. They just came out with it looks like pre-data that shows their estimated value right now is right around 1.5 billion, which is really, really good. The next part, so with crypto, obviously when you're doing funding, a lot of these projects, when they go into seed rounds and funding, they'll raise capital, build out the protocol, build out the blockchain if they need to, and then they're going to obviously go through, if they're their own blockchain, they'll go through a test net and then a main net, but this is just on top of Solana. So what they're doing is they're basically doing testing, making sure everything's fluid, and then going live. And when they're obviously with investors, just like you would go in the stock market and you're going public, essentially the same thing as a lot of these ones that go through funding rounds will go and release a token, because that is a way to, one, use governance for the protocol, and two, everybody knows that's a way for early seed investors to get paid back as well. So that's like a couple different use cases why they do that: liquidity, valuation of the company, and seed investors being able to make their profit. So right here, Parcl, they came out and announced just the other day their token PRCL. So this is going to be a governance token. They will have a total supply of 1 billion tokens, and the initial supply community, which is giving basically the people that are the early users, is 7 to 8%, and then initial supply total is 10 to 12%. So this full billion doesn't get released all at once. Just this essentially 20% is circulating. And just for reference, I've seen multiple pre-markets have gone right around 1.5 billion. So that would give you an estimate of essentially a little over $100 million in initial community supply of token value. So this just goes over the governance. The token's going to be used for governance, So basic governance is voting on the protocol, and it just goes over different information here. You could read through it. So that token, and the way a lot of projects, if you're new to crypto, almost all of them will do like a point structure. So they're basically, you have your protocol, it goes into test. You're basically rewarding early users through points, and that's usually through trading volume or just being active within the community, active on the blockchain, going through, testing, all that. So this is no different. And they do Parcl is doing what they call season 2 and then a season 3 points. And there's only about a month and change left since they were going to release the token in April. So you would join the points program, and here's kind of how the points work. You get 4 points per dollar for being a liquidity provider, basically just being the bank and providing funds. And diamond hands, so that's 2 points for every dollar for if you're trading on either side of the market. So you're long or short. So if you're getting into the Las Vegas market, you think the home prices are going to increase, you buy a long future, and hopefully that would go up and you would make money. So for doing that, on top of making money with that trade, you would get 2 points for every dollar per day. And then they also have a referral program. This is the points leader. So that's kind of how that works. So here's the actual app. Again, before I even go to this, you can't have a US-based IP address. So you got to use, if you're in, you could use something like a VPN, or if you're out of the United States, you can trade freely as well. They do this because it's decentralized and a number of different reasons. So basically, but once so if you get through if you came over to Parcl, you click here, you would come up to this page to the app. You would have to bypass the US restriction of the US, and you would need a VPN out of the country. But once you get past that, you would click connect. So if you're new and haven't used any crypto wallets before, besides like on a centralized exchange, decentralized is a little bit different, where you're using a Web3 wallet. So you would have to create one of these wallets, keep your seed phrase, all that. But I'm using a Phantom wallet, which is known for, it's like the main wallet for Solana. So I just created a new dummy wallet to do this. And so I click there, and you can see my address right here on the right. So I'm connected. My wallet is going to interact with the app now. And so if I go over here, you can see this is a new wallet. So you can see my portfolio here. You can see the wallet here. And you can see I just created an account, just named it account 1 or whatever. But then you would, if you're going to create one from the beginning, you would have to plus and then go through and just, let's just say test and click agree. Oh, I got to do lowercase, but so you would create an account, and then it's going to ask you information here. I can't remember. Make sure I have the right password here. All right. And so when you create an account, you have to confirm it in your Web3 wallet on the blockchain. So it's going to take a little bit of Solana, because everything, just like on Ethereum blockchain, everything on Solana runs what's called gas fees, so 0.00718 to create this account, which is less than a penny. So confirm right there. Wait for that. I didn't really need to do that, but when that's going on, oh, there it goes. So let's refresh this. It's creating it. So, oh, here you go. So you would connect here, connect. All right, so I have count 1, count 2. You also want to opt, I already did, but you want to opt into the points program. So if you're doing this, you're getting points. And now, I'll go through a couple different ones. So your options are here is you can provide liquidity, like I said, in this tab. You can browse the different markets. So now that I'm connected, I can go over and say, oh, let's say Los Angeles. So I can go long or short with this account. Or I can go find my markets, and I can go all the ones that are live. Say Las Vegas. Right, and so you can go long or short. And so I'll actually do an example, show you guys. So you're going to have to take your Solana, and I already funded this account. I can't remember what I even funded it with. Oh, like $100. So $100 I just sent over with Solana just for this testing. Now I'm going over to an exchange. This is decentralized exchange it's called Jupiter on the Solana blockchain. And so I'm just going to, I have it in Solana because everything is in gas fees in Solana. So when you're trading on the blockchain, you want to leave a little bit of enough for gas fees. And so I'm just going to swap, let's just say $100. So we're going to swap. This is going to pop up. It's going to add $100 and take away 0.84. You want to double check. Click confirm. So you can see right here, it's processing transaction. All right, cool. So now I have $100, and I'm going to go back over to the app. Go over here. Go back to my account. We'll just go and deposit here. So we are going to deposit $100. Now I'm going to use 80 here. So we'll deposit 80 in my account. Confirm deposit. So 80, that's small gas fee right there. Confirm. It's confirming on the blockchain. So it can take a couple seconds. All right, deposit complete. All right, now I got $80 in here. So now I can go to this account. So I have $80 in margin. I can go up to 10x leverage when I'm trading, and this will be my positions when they actually go live. So if I go over to a market, let's say, I think I've talked about before, let's say we want to be short, let's say New York, and then we're going to go long Brooklyn. So we'll go, so you see right here where my amount says 479 max. So that's with the leverage. That's how much leverage I can go up to with this account. So if I want to go short, let's just say I'll put $20. We'll do we'll do 5x leverage. So 5x leverage would be $400. And that is going to be, I'm going to be shorting at 539.54. So I'll show you how this works. So we'll go short, open short position, 5x leverage. So we'll confirm. You can see right here my position. This is how much points I'll be earning on this trade per day, 800 points per day, which will be converted. I get that every single day. Obviously with that, I have risk on the upside now. So if New York market goes up, obviously that's my risk. And you also want to be aware of your margin ratio. So now let me go over to, let's just say Brooklyn now. We'll just do this trade. Since they're in the same state, you're not going to see a huge difference in fluctuations for the most part. So I'll do we're going to do a long on here, 20 bucks. We'll go 5x leverage as well. Okay. You know what? It might not let me do that high then. What was my other position? I want to go double check. God. So right now I'm up 96 cents on this position right here. You can see position. We went total position size 400. Up 4.9379 in collateral. Gotcha. So we'll just do a semi version of that because we overdid it on the margin side on this account. Without me adding money, just I'll fix it later. We'll go back to Brooklyn. I'm going to go long. I'll add money later on this because it's going to be not as a complete delta, but I'll add the margin later for it. This is just a sample account, but you get the idea. So I would basically be going basically kind of a delta neutral trade. I got to change my position side. I would have to add funds because I over traded on the first one. All right, so now with this one here, you can see I would be getting 219 points per day based upon this trade, and you would have your position size right here. And so this tells your health, the total 6x leverage. See, I oversized myself over here, which I'll just add some funds and then basically bring this up to $400 value. This up to pull this up to 400 to match the long to short. But the total open interest is $508, and so I'm receiving points on all of that on a daily basis. So you can see my spread. This is supposed to be 50-50. The spread right now is 78.21, so I would have to add to that to make it a more neutral position. But you get the idea. Another part of this too that gives you, so that was to get points. If you come over here and you type in Leverage Pro right here, if you sign up and you add funds, you get additional 5%. You just would type it in here, and then because I would be your referral, so that's another part of it. If I want to add liquidity, another one, you can provide liquidity right here. All you would do is, let's say I would deposit, I have the 20 bucks, You click I understand and deposit, and now this is just basically help providing the market, and then you get also get 4 points for every dollar you put on here every day, and then you get a percentage of the fees as well. So that's basically how it works within the blockchain. Oh, here you go. This is before I move on, but be the bank. So the 20 bucks I would put on here, it shows you your points. So 80 points per day, and then that would qualify for the airdrop when it does get released in April. So hopefully that trade wasn't completely delta like neutral trade, but you get the idea. If you're in a state like New York, and you're in a markets where they're pretty similar, you could go on both sides of the trade. Or if you're just planning on trading a position and you're bullish on Austin, Texas, because there's an exodus out of New York and California, a lot of people are moving to Texas and Florida. You could go bullish on Miami or Austin and make a trade, and then for every dollar you put, you get 2 points. And you can go up to 10x leverage on that. So hopefully that helps this tutorial. I know, and I encourage you guys to check it out. Have a good one.